Hi there, it's Tamara Dorris with Magnetic Marketing, Real Estate Coaching, also salespeople, I guess. I seem to get a lot of salespeople. Anyhow, I want to talk to you today about something that I think is so important to your success. And being occupational hazard of being a professor for 20 years and a realtor for 30 years, I am pulling out my whiteboard, okay? And only because I'm so used to using a whiteboard, and it really, PowerPoint's, but I really want to get my point across. So I have a house here. You see the house. And I want you to notice on the house, the very top, the roof, it says success. And with success, I have money, love, H for health, C for contribution. Now I need you to know, before anything else, that all of this is right now in the quantum field. It is right now sitting there waiting for you, okay? But I'm going to tell you why you might not have all the things you want and how you can get them, okay? So notice on the rest of this house that here under the ground, which is really beneath the foundation, it says history. And I think we should change that, and it should be her story, but whatever. Underline the word story. Now, it doesn't matter what kind of background you have. Everything has affected your life that you have right now. From conception until you were about 7 years old, your main ideas of who you were and how the world is came true. And that became your story. Okay, that became your story. And remember, with story, it tells you two different things. It tells you who you are and how the world is. Those are two different messages. The world can be one way, could be good or bad or scary, and you could be one way. In the way, good, bad, loud, okay? So the way that you put those two together, how the world is and who you are in the world, that's your story. That's your story. And when people ask me, well, how do I know what my story is? You don't have to dig back and go in your history too much here. You don't have to do that. All you have to do is look at your life. Your life right now is an exact projection, reflection of your story. That's what life is. It's your story. Now, the good news about story is we know that we can change our story through neuroplasticity. We can change our story through neuroplasticity. Our story is just a bunch of synapses that have fired and wired together in our brain and created neural networks, and that is our story. So we can change our story. After story comes your state. Now, do you think that your story leads to your state? Absolutely. So your story leads to your state. What is your state? Your state is your level of energy. It's your frequency. It's the vibes you're putting out there, right? It's your feeling. I just say the word feeling. How do you have a feel-good frequency, or are you feeling low and dense? Now, your story dictates your state, but your state also dictates your story. In other words, you can't have a good state being open and expansive and a bad story. And you can't have a good story and have a contracted state. So when we talk about states, I really like to narrow it down to, are you feeling expansive? Are you expanded? Like, let's go, let's do this. Life is good. I'm full of gratitude and love and joy. Or are you contracted? Oh, another day. Oh, these clients are driving me crazy. Or anger or frustration or depression, any of those contracted states. Now, up here, you see I have strategy. Strategy is where most coaches have you focus. What did you do today? How many calls did you make? What are you doing to reach out to customers? How's your marketing material? How's your lead gen? All of those things are fine, but I am here to tell you that if your story and your state are not in alignment, and what I mean by alignment is I mean an energetic frequency, if they're not in alignment to your ideal outcome, all the things you want up here, no amount of strategy is going to change that. And trust me, for years, I didn't get that. And I bought all the best programs and lead generation things and mailers and just everything you can think of. Doesn't work. And at best, if it does work, you get clients that are nitpicky, or the deals from HE double hockey sticks, not fun things, or people who blow you up all the time and are texting you and or don't give you good reviews. It's just not fun. And it's because the state and the story are who you are. It's the energy that you put out into the world, and everything we put out comes back to us. So if you're putting out a contracted energy with a story that tells you it's a scary world and you can't trust people, and people take advantage of you, and there's not enough money, and the market's bad, your state's going to be reflective of that. And the state story that you have going on is definitely not going to be in alignment with all these beautiful things up here. It's just not going to happen. So one of the things, ouch, as I pop myself in the head, one of the things that I want to really point out is that strategy, when taken from an expanded state and a story that matches this, it doesn't even matter how much action you take, as long as you're taking some kind of action. We gotta let the universe, and I don't mean to sound woo-woo, but we gotta let the universe know that we've got our sight set on this. We can't just write it down in a journal and expect the universe to say, okay, here it is. We've got to have the state and the story that goes in alignment with it, that makes it materialize in the world. And and I'm not, when I say law of attraction, the way I teach it, we don't attract things to us. We become the person who has those things. So materialization and manifestation, they're subtle, but they are distinct and different. Okay? So everything you want is here right now. You can have it right now if you can get your story and your state in alignment to it. So anyway, I hope that helps. I hope that you found that interesting. And if you do, and if you resonate with my message, I've got a free class. I've got a $27 class. And right now I'm offering $1,000 off on my 6-month magnetic marketing program. It is an immersive experience in all of this that we're talking about. You have support, you have sisterhood, you have me coaching you like 3 times a week. You have everything you need to change your state, to change your story, to apply the strategies to reach the success. So if you're interested in that, give me a DM, comment below, and I hope you have a beautiful day. Thanks for watching.